up. Talking trash, better back it up. I'ma make my money while they laugh at us.
What is going on? You're tuning into Inventing Entrepreneurs, a show where we bring on emerging entrepreneurs to talk about them inventing their vision of success. I'm your host, at Brian Events, joined by my co-host, John.
Throw out the tag, at Branding John.
At Branding John.
We're brought today with two lovely gentlemen. We have Josh and Tom here from MITYO. How's it going, guys? Thanks for coming into the studio.
Fantastic.
Welcome.
Thank you for having us. Appreciate it.
Glad you made it out. So first thing for our videos, I think before we get into everything, everybody's that's watching the video, if you're not watching the video, watch the video. What are you guys drinking?
This is yerba mate. It's a drink commonly consumed in South American countries. I'm drinking Argentinian-style mate out of a Brazilian-style gourd, or as they call it in Brazil, Kia. And I think they call the herb... actually can't remember the name, but it's yerba mate. It's fantastic. It's like a mix between tea, coffee, and chocolate.
It's a fancy mug.
Shit. How much did your straw cost? Can I hold this up?
Yeah, go ahead.
So this is a leather gourd.
This looks like it's a $30 straw.
$5 maybe.
Yeah,
maybe.
Really?
$7.99 on Amazon. Free shipping if you're a Prime member.
Oh,
So is it caffeine or?
Yeah, it's caffeine, theophylline, and theobromine. So it brings the best xanthines to give you a nice energy kick.
Where the hell where did you find such a thing?
I've never heard of this before.
What country did you go to? What mountain did you climb?
I wish I was as well traveled as it seems like I am. I've been to China before. I went to Shanghai, which was a lot of fun.
That's
but
cool.
They don't drink this in China, as far as I'm aware. I went to the Common Ground Cafe in Hamburg. It was
exotic.
It was a cafe run by a group called the 12 Tribes, I want to say.
No,
kind of a cultish thing, but they closed the eatery, and they had this mate called Mate Factor, and the people that worked there would always walk around with like these piping hot gourds full of tea, and as like a 12-year-old kid, I was always enamored with what was inside the gourd.
Well, it looks like a lot of pot in a jug with water.
Yeah, that's exactly. That's what I thought it was.
But it's not. Just to be clear,
It's just 420. So
It's not.
this is not. This is great. Well,
it definitely takes some. It's definitely worth researching.
it
You
sounds
got the
interesting.
Betty White grandma's boy tea steeping in your little weed jar.
Nice.
that's awesome.
Yeah,
So
that's cool.
what exactly do you guys do?
So I'm the CEO of MITYO. I started MITYO conceptually back in 2011, and we make prints basically right now, and we're expanding, working with artisans and businesses to try to build products for people that what they want. Some of what we do, we sell parking signs, we sell art prints, acrylics, wood prints, canvases, vinyl stickers. And then we're also working with this indigenous sort of Mexican group that makes shawls and scarves.
Cool.
So those on the sites.
Are you guys kind of like connecting, people to different types of like artwork and a different like expanding an art community?
Yeah, so it started out with we're partnering with a manufacturing print shop.
DKM at our down on Genesee Street in Buffalo.
They brought us on our product, like our physical product is our website.
Okay, yeah.
Our ability to digitize everything. They're a communications relationship based company right now. They don't have an internet presence.
You guys do stickers?
Yeah, we make stickers.
I just ordered 250 stickers for every year we do festivals, so we just got a bunch of we do stickers at festivals and stuff like that.
Very cool.
How much you guys charge per ticket?
Yeah, we could give you a sweet deal on stickers.
Yeah.
for sure.
Done.
So wait, do you have your own printers?
Yeah,
you do all your stuff?
all of it's done through our vendor, DKM.
Okay.
So that's actually part of why we started building MITYO in this new image, right? So MITYO today is a template for what MITYO will be tomorrow. I would say that's a great descriptor of what we do. I mean, in 2015, MITYO was a paleo grocery delivery company. Today, it's sort of evolved differently. I took some time off after graduating from UB and explored sort of different entrepreneurial endeavors. I worked for my dad's company for a little while. I worked with a business partner, co-founded his company with him, and then I worked in sales. I actually did one door-to-door job that's not on my LinkedIn or my resume because it's a little bit embarrassing. Selling Verizon Fios, so if you hear somebody knocking at your door and you don't recognize them,
that was you?
I'm sorry.
Bro. Everybody needs that sales experience, though.
I don't know how to circle back. I think we print our own stuff. Yeah, that's where.
Yes.
Sorry
yes,
about
we
that.
do.
I feel like though door-to-door might be a good technique nowadays because no one does it.
I
You
agree,
either get
right.
people really
People get
mad,
caught off
like
guard.
what we had, but you make that personal connection right away. And it's
Definitely a
Right.
skill.
Yeah,
Yeah,
for
definitely
sure.
a skill.
I ran
depending on what
a,
you're selling.
I ran a college pro painting franchise when I was in UB for 2 years, right? And it taught me a lot. The one thing is like just go out and get it.
Yeah.
So we did door-to-door sales and not sales, but like getting estimates and things like that. So this is my first day ever out. It was like February. There's still snow on the ground. I hit up my roommate Brian. Was like, "Yo, come out and like let's knock on some doors, try to get some paint, right?" So we knock on this one guy's door. Did we tell a story on the podcast before? Ah, fuck, it doesn't
we
even
did.
matter. It
We
doesn't
did
even
about
matter.
it's
It's great.
What is?
I'll
college
never
pro
do.
painting?
They give college students franchises
Okay.
and kind of like teach them how to be entrepreneurs and like run the business.
Okay, very cool.
Yeah, it's crazy good opportunity.
I went door to door once with John, and we had like a few bad experiences where I was like, I'm never doing this again.
No
So then I
one
did some
guy.
cold calling for you,
Right.
and that also sucked. But like,
Door to
So what
door,
did you learn
cold
from
calling.
you're
I
gonna
think-
get like 10 no's before you
You're
get
gonna
one yes.
You're gonna get 1,000 no's. You just have tough skin. You just laugh about it. Like
Yeah.
people are really nice and they'll let you into your house, and that makes up for the idiots that are like.
Yeah.
You'll have an
For you, like
you'll have an old lady that says, "Come in, hang out, have some tea with me."
Right, exactly.
And then you'll have the next guy like, "I'm gonna shoot you with my shotgun if I walk off my property in 10
I
seconds."
told you to stop knocking on my damn door.
Do you ever hear the one about, hey, I can't talk right now, my husband's in the hospital, or oh, my wife just died? Like that, we got a couple of times. That was kind of
Really?
Yeah.
Dang, those are serious.
That was my first day. Actually. I was like,
Right off the
what?
bat.
well,
What?
that's just training. They set that up for you.
Oh, yeah. I wish.
I haven't worked in any.
We were in
face-to-face
deep
sales.
Lackawanna. I don't know. It was like,
Yeah, but I don't know. Sales is good. I think at least for if you're going to be like a CEO or a face of a company or something, I feel like you need to have some sort of sales experience because it gets you in front of a lot of people.
absolutely.
Yeah.
And it makes you talk to a lot of people and like engage with them. And sometimes you don't even like have a common interest, but you look at something on their wall and you make some shit up that builds a connection with them.
Mhm. You can think on the spot and kind
right.
of react to what's happening.
Exactly right, and I think that's huge for being a CEO because you got to do that all the
I
time.
had a good amount of sales traveling experience as well. When I was building on Interactive X, basically, I would go to different campuses throughout the country. Actually, I went to
Yeah.
Stanford
Yeah.
when we were doing our Y Combinator interview. We did door-to-door on teachers' office doors. I did that in New York City. I went to Queens College. I went to U of Toronto. I don't know if I can say that. I was there, right? You can't kind of really do international business, but I was at U of Toronto, going door to door, professor to professor, pitching
Right.
to the UB. It's a great experience. Teachers are different people, so it's different than just like if you went to a regular business owner or a homeowner.
Yeah.
The teacher's response is just completely different. It's more of a philosophical response than you'd expect at a door to door.
Interesting. Yeah, I always have this philosophy like people are people. But, you treat them that way, but I guess different circumstances. Right?
Yeah, it's
Opportunity.
surprising.
So you guys privately funded right now, bootstrapped?
Yeah,
Yeah,
no,
how
it's
you guys doing
completely bootstrapped, privately funded.
When did you guys officially
Family.
launch? So you said conceptually
So-
since 2011.
Yeah,
When did everything pull together? You
I-
guys
Very recently.
legit.
I've had different iterations of the website, right? 2011, I think I was live for about a year, and then briefly again in 2012, 2015 with the grocery delivery stuff, and then this year we've been sort of fully operational since the beginning of the year, but launched it Thanksgiving
think-
weekend
I would think
in November.
when we started getting
last
involved
year.
with DKM and got our website up,
Yeah.
is when
Yeah.
because that was the difference maker was
Yeah.
that we have a manufacturer.
Oh, absolutely. The manufacturing, right?
You can-
I mean, that's the biggest part when build a product and vending.
Yeah, I mean-
how hard is it to get manufacturing?
millions of
Well,
dollars of machines at our disposal.
Yeah.
So
Yeah, you can't. It's hard when you're launching a product to start up with all the equipment. It's easier to outsource it until you can get big enough where it's
Do it
more
yourself.
that's
cost
usually where the
effective.
investments come in.
Yeah,
We
exactly.
didn't need that because we already had this partnership.
Right. Yeah.
Yeah, and we're
And it's printing.
relaunching
You guys
right
wouldn't
now.
even really until you grow. I feel like at this point, you have the manufacturing. That's key.
It's a slow process. It's all about exposure
Yeah.
and setting up. So our product is a website, so it's setting up the website for the best success. So I think that's kind of where Josh brought me in.
Yeah.
Because I'm working as an architect right now. So
Yeah,
that's
right. Okay, that's your
my-
background?
That's my background as an architect, and there really isn't that much of a difference in a website and a building.
Right.
When you think
Okay.
about it.
Everything
So
needs
as
a
an
blueprint.
architect, I work with how humans react to their environment,
Yeah.
how they experience a space. So what they see and how they act, how they act in the
Really?
space. It's the same thing with the website. It's how you see, how you act.
So how do you take that and do you code?
I don't do code.
So you like look at the design and like,
I'm like
think about laying
for
things out.
how the website functions and how it looks.
So what are some,
user
what are some
interface
tips?
design, basically.
Yes, exactly.
Yeah.
It's the same thing with the building. Your building is user
Right.
interface.
Right, UI, yeah.
Tom's UI UX mostly.
What?
I said your UI UX mostly creative. Tom and I
Okay.
bounce ideas back and forth.
Yeah.
Tom and I were roommates for
yeah.
two years, and we found that we had a really good rapport when it came to just philosophy and just
We complement each other pretty well. We're different, but we're the same, if that makes
Everybody
sense.
needs that. You don't want to have two people that are exactly the same.
Yeah.
No.
So what I'm bringing right now is my experience with architecture. I do the same thing when I'm designing a floor plan. I call it the 3 C's. It's when someone enters a building or when someone enters a website, you want to be comfortable, you want it to be clear, and you want it to be convenient.
Yeah.
Those are the 3 things I kind of build it on. You want to know why you're there. You want to know what it is, and you want to be comfortable in that scenario.
Cool.
You don't want it to be foreign.
Right. Absolutely right. For sure.
So I have a few questions
Yeah,
for everyone here.
that's cool.
I think I said I was going to ask this before, but for the next couple minutes, I want to talk about the difference between having a website versus having an app. Because when you have an app, the app stays on the person's phone, so they're more likely to go back to it and remember it rather than, saving a bookmark or going to a website. They have to really think they want to go to that website. So more for Ticket Yum and your website too. I mean, not for mine, but
Right, because we both don't have apps.
You don't have apps yet. Do you think that's going to be a space you have to enter, or you're going to enter soon?
We would like to have an app. I think the main difference between a website and an app, and this is kind of weird, the main difference is you can go on an app on the toilet.
Yeah.
Like it's just something you're kind of
You
doing
can with a
in the
laptop, but it's
meantime.
uncomfortable.
Yeah. So I guess the website's more of a destination, while the app is more of something you do in passing. So
Great.
the reason
Yeah.
a goal of ours in the future is to create a community. It's to create sort of a live feed.
I got that from
exchange
when
of
I was on
ideas.
your site. I kind of got that whole
Yeah,
community
we're,
sense. I thought that was the best.
We
part
want it
of
to be a community. So
Right.
in a community, there's an exchange of ideas, and there's sort of like a social media aspect to it. It's
Right.
not social media, but
Right.
it's the same sort of thing.
Right, it's social. People are
So that's when the app would come in handy, where you can just kind of browse and see what the local artists are doing.
right in your free time when you're on the train or
Exactly.
something like that.
yeah,
right.
local and global.
Yeah,
We have artists
yeah.
from Istanbul, Turkey. We've got people from Russia.
Cool.
Uh,
How do you guys?
India.
How are you getting them?
a lot of it's just sort of networking through Instagram, honestly.
Like reaching out to people.
I've done that a lot.
I DM people. I say, hey, I really like your artwork. Would you like to be a part of our website? Be a part of our MITYO Artist Collective? That's actually
Right.
our,
Yeah.
our
That's how you
sort
put
of
it.
A lot of people
TM
probably
there.
find you spammy too, right?
Yeah,
because
we've
I have
gotten-
people contact me about 3D printing all the time. It's
Yeah.
very spammy sometimes.
It's sort of interesting because you get mixed responses. Some people don't respond at all.
Right,
Other
yeah.
people will say, "Is this spam? Is this for real? I've been looking for something like this. I can't believe you guys would want to do this. You know, what does it cost me? It's completely free for you.
Right.
We want to promote your work and give you a place to promote your work and show
Exactly.
people your work.
Yeah.
And, I think it's a little bit better than Etsy for most people. One, because they have more exposure with MITYO because we're a startup and there's less congestion. And two, because our focus is really going to be on exploration and sort of guiding users to content that we think they'll like. So
Well, Etsy doesn't produce anything; they just sell it.
Yeah.
Right.
So that's where we come in. There's a lot of starting artists that have a lot of talent and they have a lot of exposure, but they have no way of producing.
So
They
you're
don't have
saying
the
like they can
resources.
like they come up with say it's like a graphic designer, right? They do all their work on the computer, but they just don't have the ways to get it printed, to get it sold.
So
and you
yeah.
guys give them not only the platform to sell it, but also you'll get it printed for them.
Yeah. So
Right,
the idea
we're-
came from
right.
like a doodle. Someone's doodling on their little sketchbook, and it's
Yeah.
like, how can someone, if they have this talent and they're doing this thing that you don't think you can get value from, how can we turn that into something that they can sell and they can promote? You know. So providing people who don't have the accessibility to resources with that, as well as the exposure.
Yeah, because I know my buddy Blade, he lives in Hawaii right now as an engineer, and he takes drone photos and he prints them out on canvas and he sells them.
that's awesome.
Yeah.
I want to love that.
I bought one. I'll show you after. It's actually pretty cool.
Well, if he needs a
But-
printer, he can print them on canvas and sell them on our website.
yeah, well, I
There
think
you
he
go.
does. I think he doesn't print them himself. He
Right.
He uploads his image into a website and then he sells it there. But I mean, for artists like that or people that like taking photos, they can even use your site for something.
Yeah,
like
we've
that.
got photographers as well, actually.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yal Vision's photography. He's a photographer I met at UB when I was
cool.
a student
Yeah.
there. And he's got, I think,
What's his
like
name?
50... Pial? Fahad?
no.
Pial, he goes by both. And he's got 50 plus pictures on our website that you can order on canvas, acrylic, stickers, poster paper, and wood prints. We do like birch wood blocks, 3/4 of an inch. We also, with our acrylics, we do like standoffs, so you could mount it and make it kind of look like it's floating. We just sent actually a piece from one of our photographers, Michael Wehart. We sent it down to him in Pittsburgh. He's going to do an unboxing video sometime next week. So that's going to be cool to sort of look for on YouTube.
Cool.
It's just going to be new for us. It's a little bit of a promotional experiment. Yeah.
So you said you've been thought of this idea for a while now, but you've just officially started. You have any past ventures, anything that you've previously worked on? Or this is your first startup experience?
This is my first startup.
Cool. Awesome. What have you guys, I guess, where did the idea come that you guys wanted to be entrepreneurs? What was like that thing that was like, okay, well, I guess we're going to do this ourselves?
I grew up around it, honestly. And I didn't want to be when I was growing up.
Is that because
my
you were around it?
Yeah, I think so. Sort of like opposites
like,
attract or repel and same, whatever it is. But my grandparents started a company, the Boston Valley Terracotta. They do all the terraclad. They do architectural restoration, guarantee building in Buffalo. They did the facade for the new medical school, the Jacobs Medical Center. They do tons of terracotta stuff. You can find their website. And then my dad's company.
The biggest in the world, in the country at least, right?
The Boston Valley, one or two, I think. And then my dad's company, my dad's been working at Innovative Concepts and Entertainment for, I would say, past 20 years, almost 20 years. And I grew up around that. I was only 4 or 5 when he started working there. And he worked his way up from just the wood shop to vice president and owner, partner, basically. And it's interesting because he travels all over the world. He's been to China, to Korea, to Mexico, England. He travels all the time. And I kind of thought that was cool, but I didn't really want to for a while in high school. I just didn't think that I wanted to do all that. It seemed like a lot and too much. And then it kind of came back to me when I graduated. I'm like, I want to change the world. I want to do something different that sort of impacts people in a way that I wouldn't be able to do just working behind a desk for somebody else.
Yeah, working behind a desk is so boring.
I gained a lot of weight working behind a desk.
Same.
It's so bad.
Trying to fight it, but like I miss blue collar work. I miss actually being out.
Being out there. Talking to the people.
Landscaping.
I always say this.
Especially the people, like, you talk to the people that use your stuff. Like, it's cool. It's good. Like, you just told me you used it. Like, that made my day. It was sick. Yeah. It's cool.
I always say this, but, like, it's kind of weird to think about, but when we were younger, we used to ride bikes just for fun.
Right.
Now we do it to get thinner.
Right. It just
Life's
be, like,
changed.
an activity.
But it's hard when you get into a job or a career or your business and you kind of just, those little things you can just let go.
Work-life balance, Brian.
I'd like to...
it's a crazy adjustment going from 20 years of school to working full-time. Yeah. And it's really hard adjustment.
If I wasn't on the paleo diet for like the past 7 years, I probably wouldn't be healthy right now.
I think the nice thing about school is it's very spread out. So like it may be 40 hours a week, but it's like very,
right,
it's
class
not
here, 40, class there.
Well, it's not 8 hours in one block and then you just get dead for the rest of the day.
Yeah, it's more movement. Your body is moving. You've got a heavy backpack on. You're going from building to building. And I mean, at UB where, you might be going from campus to campus. It's just a lot of
the biggest difference is you have like hour stints where you have to be attentive, and you don't even have to be attentive. You just have to be there.
Yeah, right.
Rather than all day,
and the rest of the day is whatever you want to do. Mm-hmm. Like if you want to get working, you can get working. If you don't, you don't. But if you're at work for 8 hours, you have to be working.
You got to be working,
or at least looking like you're working.
Right? Yeah.
So I want to go more in depth when you said something about that grabbed my attention: congestion compared to Etsy. Like Etsy, Fiverr, they have a lot of competition. Yeah. So the prices get driven down. Mm-hmm. Do you guys feel like your website's going to be more exclusive, or do you think you're going to get that congestion eventually that your prices are going to be low, where it's going to be hard to get? I feel like a lot of people that on Fiverr and Etsy, well, maybe not Etsy, but Fiverr at least, are out of country. Mm-hmm. Do you think that you're going to try to attract that type of work, or do you think you're going to stay more in state?
I would like to talk about this. That's like the idea of like curating your site, basically, is what's available and what's visible, what's there. We want our site, what he was saying, MITYO is a template for what MITYO is going to be. It's basically, we provide the infrastructure for the people to curate it. It's an organic growth like that of a city. whatever is the need, it gets promoted, and these people have an exchange of ideas, and then this kind of creates a culture and a community, which is what we want. Communities have to be built through the community. You can't force it.
Right, yeah.
You can't curate a community.
In this conversation, these ideas, these sort of topics have been distilled through Tom and myself, through me to my our other partners, Danny and Roy, are software developers. They're building, a lot of the back end, the front end of the new website we're doing, launching in the next couple of months. I'd hope to say before August 1st, we'll have a brand new website, MITYO.com, basically 2.0. Where we're building tools that give these features a life, basically. So, greater depth of customization for our artists to build their own pages, greater depth of management for artists to look into what's sold, what's being looked
That's really
at, where
taking like
people
that
are
big
buying
social
it.
turn.
We stepped in thinking we want to be a competitor with Amazon eventually. So we thought, what can we do differently?
Right.
Amazon is basically a warehouse. I mean, they have Amazon warehouse, right? Like you go there and immediately on the website you just stuff.
Right.
Everything you can imagine.
Yep.
As opposed to what we're trying to create is we're not a warehouse. We're kind of like a city, like we're a culture work, where it's not driven by products. It's driven by desires and
ideas
growth.
and people.
I said this before, like the podcast, but I feel like this is very niche, but very unique, and I like it because it's different. It's not something that you see already. I can't think of any other company that's doing what you're doing.
Yeah.
Well, think
Maybe
of
like
Etsy.
some that's doing little parts, but like you took a lot of those little parts and brought it together. I like it.
We use Etsy too, is Etsy controls what's on the front page. We don't want to do that. We don't want to curate what's on the front page. We want people to curate what's on the front page. What is interesting?
Right.
What are they putting on there? What are they liking? What are they promoting on the main page? We're not selecting. We're not curating.
So you're doing it based on that popularity of
the user.
the users.
It's based on user-generated content. So the users are generating the content and the exposure of it.
So what about the people that are just starting off and they don't have that background of likes? Are you giving them a shot to compete with these people
Absolutely.
that are creating the monopoly on your website, essentially?
We don't have a filter right now on who we're promoting because that's our goal right now.
Yeah, we have
Give
a couple of
everybody a chance
different.
to get out
Give
there.
everyone a chance to get your stuff out there. I mean, organically, if it works, it works. If people don't like your stuff, like that's
if you
up
take
to
a
you.
if you take a look at our Instagram right now, we're actually chronologically posting artists as they've joined our website through time, right? So everybody gets featured right now.
And the feedback is great. They love it.
That's awesome.
People thank us
The
endlessly.
artists,
and it's the best feeling.
right.
Because
Most websites are very competitive and hard to even join.
exactly.
Right.
let
We
alone-
have started a merit-based competition called MITYO. It's Make It You, basically.
Right, yeah.
So it's sort of a logo competition where our artists are giving us their rendition of the MITYO logo for a chance to be our featured artist of the month.
Cool.
That's cool.
That's awesome. That benefits you guys, obviously, and it benefits them.
Yeah.
So
So take it as a Google
branding.
Doodle
Yeah, see.
sort of transformation, right? It's not a Google Doodle, but it's our version of that.
So our look is our artists.
So do you guys have like competition for artists too? I didn't mean to cut you off. I'm sorry.
No, that was all I was
that
gonna
would
say
be
about
it right now. That's our main criteria. Plus, in the future, we may use different tiers to sort of categorize artists. I think we're going to do it mostly
gonna
by
be-
genre and geolocation.
Right.
Because I don't
you
think
search by location, because that's cool, because each location does have a different feel, style of art.
Right.
So it's
Yeah.
sweet.
And we're already global, which is fantastic, I think.
Absolutely.
We've sold stuff to people in other countries in Europe. And,
Right.
and
Yeah.
So you think you're exponentially growing right now, or probably steady growth?
I
slow
think
growth?
the growth rate is interesting because we're trying to do different products and services as well. Like I mentioned, the customization aspect. It's not just for artists. We're getting into the space where people are taking their family photos, wedding pictures, printing them out on our website. It's actually cheaper if you print your own stuff because we're paying artists royalties based on what they think their art is worth, because we think that's how it should be done. If you want this much money, we'll give you this much money.
That's
per
how
print.
real art is sold.
Yeah, if you want to sell it, if you want to go out there and
Right.
break the
Who am
pavement
I to
or
say
bust
that
the
your
pavement and-
painting's $10?
Yeah, exactly. So we just add markup for manufacturing, and we include shipping. So shipping's free throughout the U.S. On every product. In Europe or across the world, it's only like a $20 flat rate. So
Okay, that's not bad.
Cool.
So we're running out of time. We have probably 2 or 3 minutes left.
So that was fast.
Yeah, it was fast. But I want to know where you guys see yourselves in 5 to 10 years. Like, I know you said this, since 2011, which was 5-10 years
Right.
ago, you changed completely.
Yeah, we
So
really
where do you
just
see yourself
relaunched, so
5 to 10
Right,
years?
and
You
not
think
just
you're
your
gonna-
company. I want to see like where do you guys think you guys could be? You know,
Yeah.
you could if your plan is to grow this through the roof and you're going to take it to the moon, like do it. But maybe you have a goal if you want to do something else. You want to sell it. You know, you want to know what your guys' plan is.
Yeah, I don't see myself wanting to sell it. I really am almost maybe too enamored or infatuated with the name MITYO. I think May I Take Your Order kind of puts a smile on people's
Yeah.
faces.
Okay,
I do
is that what
like
it stands
That's
for?
what it stands for?
Yeah,
That's
MITYO
cool.
That's
stands for
awesome.
May I Take Your Order. It's a
I like that.
perfect acronym.
I like it so much
It's a
better
search
now.
bar.
It came to me sort of serendipitously.
That's cool. So you have
know.
MITYO.com.
Yep.
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 That's
And
awesome.
That starts off like the new website will have "May I Take Your Order" on the front with the search bar, and then
Yep.
Sick.
That's
A
awesome.
lot of cool stuff you can do with that.
Yeah.
You know, we want to sort of break into different spaces, maybe bars and cafes where people can actually interface with our artwork on the wall. Maybe you're at a sports bar
That's
and
when
we've
the app
got a
comes in.
cool.
That's the next phase I think of business is like integrating the technology with the retail. Or
Yeah, I mean,
Well, think about
how
it.
many
What
times have you seen a cool painting at Starbucks that you wanted? If you could
Same.
just take your phone, boop,
Yep.
oh, now I'm ordering this on acrylic. It's straight
Yep.
to my house.
Yep.
Well, did
Dope,
you ever
absolutely.
see the wine bottles that I think they're called 12 Crimes or something like that, where you put the camera up to it on the app and it just shows like the person on the bottle start animate. It's like animated.
Whoa.
You never seen that before?
Mm-mm.
No, but before we run out of time, I
I'll
want
show
to say
you it. I'll show you it
blockchain for
after.
royalties. We have a couple of people interested in doing blockchain with us, building a blockchain for artist royalties, which I think is something very interesting that we can then sell
Okay.
to other companies for maybe music royalties too. So
It's huge now. They have a whole
Lots to
blockchain
unpack.
thing coming up
lots to
on
unpack.
one of those events down on Wednesday.
All right, cool. Well, I guess
That's awesome.
thanks for coming on.
Yeah.
thanks for having us.
Thank
Yeah.
you guys.
So pleasure, guys. We'll talk soon. Stay tuned next week, or we're gonna have another guest next week.
Yeah, we're actually changing it.
Yeah.
We'll bring this up real quick, but we were releasing every Wednesday.
Yep.
But I feel like that makes it a full-time job for us.
All right.
So now we're just going to release whenever we have an entrepreneur to come on. It may be twice a week, it may be twice a month.
It's rare.
Yeah.
Stay tuned and make sure you subscribe.
Limited edition.
Yes. Have a good week, guys.
Take
We'll
it
talk
easy,
to you soon.
guys. Thanks for coming on.
Thank you.
MITYO.com.
MITYO.com. Wait, that's the other thing. Before we close, where can they find you? MITYO.com?
MITYO.com. You can email me at jkraus@mityo.com. Find us on Instagram at MITYO, MITYO. We've got a Twitter, a Facebook page.
Anywhere MITYO can be found.
Yeah, give me a call.
MITYO.
716-997-5094.
Bull.
You might not. That's brave because 5 years from now you might be the next CEO of Amazon.
I've had a lot of good conversations over the phone. I did cold calling in the past, so
Yeah.
it'll be fun.
That's cool though because I've talked to a lot of people. They said make sure your phone number. You want people to contact you. If you don't want people to contact you, then I don't know.
The success of our company is going to be the users. So
Yeah. All right. Cool.
it's up to
Well,
them.
have a good week, guys.
Take it easy. Thanks.
Live money stacking up, talking trash, better back it up. I'ma make my money while they laugh at us.